So, if you don't know which one to choose both. How you doing, guys? Professor EDC with another. Let's talk about the Microtech MSI. Yep, I'm a bit late to the game, but who cares? I certainly don't. I'm not into this because I want to be the first in line to every drop out there, but rather study and research every knife and folder I buy, whether I consider it worth the effort or not. And after a year, I finally was able to get a hold of not one but two. So I recently sold, or I think it was auctioned. I don't remember, but I sold my Rendezvous, my Emerson Rendezvous, in orange, and so that left a hole in my life. I needed orange, and then this one goes pretty well with my earth-toned Ontario Rat, which is one of my faves, budget knives, if not the favorite. But anyways, so I got both to see which one I like more, and we'll see which one I keep and which one I sell. M390 in this apocalyptic finish, my favorite finish for not only Microtech, but in general. I do love this acid stonewash finish in all blades. Just really like it. This crossbar lock, the ram lock, with the typical automatic trigger. That's a very nice detail, so I find, in this polymer type of FRN, type of G10, plastics anyways. Very well built, very strong build. Love also the deep carry pocket clip. The hardware is not sunk in, but it carries well. One thing I do not like about this knife, there are two aspects. One that could be improved, the other one, I think, because of the design, it's not possible. But let's go talk about the first. And you can see the handle, both sides are skeletonized. This is a pretty big knife. It's almost a 9-inch folder. Now, if I wanted a lightweight folder, I would go with the bug out. There are, hundreds, if not thousands, of other lightweight folders. But, this is specifically designed for that, for a lightweight carry, and perfectly done. So if I wanted a lightweight knife, I would go with that. The size of this is not for lightweight. So at least if I'm not getting a G10, if I'm not getting aluminum, then at least a polymer or plastic that is not skeletonized, in order to get a more balanced folder. You can feel the balance going towards the tip, towards the blade, because of course the ram lock weights and the blade weights. Here with the backspacer, to add strength, I suppose they also try to add a little bit of weight in the back because it is unbalanced. Does that play a role for me to decide whether to keep one or not? Not at all. Not at all, because it's a good knife anyways. It's a good folder. Second, but anyways, I would have liked the scales not to be skeletonized and just add a bit more weight to the whole handle. Of course, if I can get this in aluminum, you know, I will. M390, we know Microtech treats their steels not to the optimum hardness, but a bit softer. So, you know, it's just a matter of take it or leave it. And so, well, no option there. We gotta take it, right? Second thing I don't like, and it's this finger choil. You can see the resting place in the handle. It's enough to use it as a finger choil. So this one, at least for me, is just really not necessary. I would have preferred more blade, more cutting edge, and just a sharpening choil there at the plunge grind, which ends right there. So a nice, we're missing here almost an inch. Let me see. No, it's 3/4 of an inch with that, with this finger choil. So, yep, I would have preferred 1/2 inch more of blade and 1/4 of a sharpening choil instead. But this is designed in such a way that I believe this is done in order not to obstruct the ram lock. Perhaps I might be wrong. I would have to take it apart and see if that's the case. If this had a continuous edge all the way up here, if that would obstruct or crash or touch in any way the ram lock, which I do think that's the purpose of why such a big finger choil. Because it's just too much space here, just too much space between the handle, the resting spot for the finger, and the finger choil. It's just too much, you know. Maybe gorilla finger there, perhaps. Really, it's just too much. But anyways, those are the 2 points I don't like about the knife. Third, the ram lock has been failing the spine whack test. Who cares? I mean, I've always thought that the spine whack is really an absurd and stupid test. Yeah, as a torture test, as you know, when the Demcos did their testings, that I enjoyed with some sense. There was sense into what they were doing, but just not, you know, spine whacking away. It's just, and you can see that here and there, and it just, you know, lack of vocabulary and speech on behalf of, well, not gonna mention any names, but anyways, lack of ideas perhaps. But anyways, one of the things I enjoy most, I do love the profile of the blade, the action, the ergos, bit too much of finger choil there. Love how it carries. Some of them come with a little bit of lock stick in the beginning, and as you break the knife in, the folder in, they lose that lock stick. But one of the things I love the most about this is that it reminded me of the Sigil. And I love the Sigil. I was very late to that game, and I wasn't able to get a Sigil. And they run for ridiculous, stupid prices on the secondary market. And we all know they're gonna come back at some point. And then at that point, well, we're just gonna get one, right? So it reminds me of an ad, a ketchup ad, if you might remember, the best things come for those who wait. So blade length 3.88 inches, cutting edge 3.31 inches, handle length, it's 5 inches of length, total almost 9 inches, 95 inches. So it's a biggie, it's a big knife. Now let's compare it, it's a big folder, to the Benchmade Bug Out. A true lightweight folder. Then the PM2, Spyderco PM2. There you can see it's a big folder. Let's see. Let's put them right next to each other so you can have a good look at that. And last but not least, let's compare it to the Solcom Elite. I am very fond of Microtech. They are, how should I put it? They are really trying to compete with a very competitive market, especially with China nowadays, where Chinese brands are doing magnificent things at great prices. And here we have a US brand trying to maintain quality, because this is USA made. Take that for what it's worth. I mean, if you care about that, good. If you don't, good. I truthfully don't. Just care about the quality of the knife. It doesn't matter if it's made in Russia, if it's made in China, or if it's made in France or Poland. Just care of the quality of the knife and that I like it. So, but to each their own. Microtech is trying to give us quality and price at the same time, and I think that they have done so with this particular model. Independently of what the RAM lock, all of this, how do you call that? What's the word I'm looking for? I just go blank sometimes when I'm recording. I should write a script, shouldn't I? Anyways, tantrums, you know, so many people throwing their tantrums because of the RAM lock. And, you know, I've seen Hinderers, I've seen Emersons, I've seen different knives being spine whacked and cold steels and losing to that test. And that test really doesn't say anything about the quality, the performance of a knife when it comes to real life use. A spine whack doesn't say anything in reality, in real everyday use. So, there you have it. It is reminiscent of the Sigil, I think. A model I very much love and hope to get one day as they come back at some point. Meanwhile, I have these guys, which I absolutely enjoy. And talking about the apocalyptic finish, check that out. I just love that finish. Anyways, which one should I keep? The dark earth or the orange? I think I need a little bit of orange back in my life. Anyways, Professor EDC out.